friends, welcome back to Llamamakayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla, and I'm so excited to be here with you today, and I'm very happy that you have joined me, stopped by for a visit, and so we can chat and catch up on our Saturday, what's going on. It is raining here in Monroe, Louisiana. I don't know what your weather's like, but yeah, it's just raining here, and so sometimes it rains a little hard, and sometimes it's just drizzling. Right now, looks like it's just sprinkling a little bit out there, but yeah, I'm inside, nice and dry and warm, and just enjoying my day, okay? And I hope you are enjoying your day, no matter what you're doing. So, I am working on my sweetheart blanket. I finished up that gray and started... No, maybe I was wearing the purple. I'm finishing up the purple, and I'm going to add that gray in next, I believe. No, white. No, yeah, white next. Sorry. I'm adding the white color in next. Matter of fact, I need to go ahead and tie that on. And I just, I don't do the Russian join or any of the little fancy joins that where you can't see it's joined and all that kind of stuff. I know how to do those, but I don't care to do them. I really like the scrappy look. That's my style. I don't like perfection because I'm not perfect and I don't want to pretend that I'm perfect. And I like the homemade look, and so that's just my style. Now, I'm not saying, some people like it to look professional and all that, and that is perfectly fine if that's your preference. We are all different. Thank the Lord, He made us all different, and we can do things ever how we want to, because there's no right way or wrong way, right? I'm not right, and I'm not wrong, and you're not right, and you're not wrong. We're just going to enjoy our craft, doing it the way that we like to do it, right? That's right. So don't let anybody try to tell you how to do your project. Do it ever how you want to do it. And so I just tied on and cut my little ends. There's nothing to weave in. That just kind of disappears in the back, and it's perfectly fine for me. I like it that way. I like it. I love it. Oh, goodness. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you all so much being here. I appreciate your sweet words and comments that y'all have been leaving me. Y'all are the best subscribers ever. Like, seriously, y'all are just wonderful. And I really appreciate your questions that y'all been asking. Y'all ask some great questions, like questions I wouldn't think to ask, but they're great questions. And, yeah. So that's what I'm doing this month, is people's leaving questions in the comments, and I'm just crocheting and chatting and talking, and, that's about it. Just enjoying life, living my best life. And I hope that you're living your best life. Do what makes you happy and live your best life. And I didn't do that right. Oh, goodness. I love working on a granny blanket. I just love the granny stitch. This is so relaxing to me. And that's what I need right now at this time in my life, is just a relaxing, simple project. And so I'm glad that I did think of this, and I'm just doing it because I needed something simple. I don't need to focus on anything that's going to cause me stress or difficulty or anything I'm going to have to think about too much. I just want to live life, okay? So that's what I'm doing. I'm not putting extra stress on myself. But anyway, today is the 10th of February, so I have done 10 of these. This is number 10 of these videos, and if you want to know all the deets on this blanket, you can go back to the February the 1st and 2nd and get, all the deets on what I'm doing here and how this came about, and just, yeah, it's a granny rectangle blanket, but it's a little different. It's got a little different twist to it. And I'm gonna show you real quick in the middle. At some point, I'll stop and show you the middle of it. So anyway, guys, I've been loving doing these videos and just chatting with you guys and reading your comments and questions. Y'all are the best. I love you guys. So I'll just go ahead and I'm going to get started here in a minute, answering some questions, but I will just go ahead and tell y'all who's on my desk here. This is Patina. I know y'all hear me speak of her often. She is my emotional support therapy dog. That is no lie, okay? I'm not even joking about that. I wouldn't joke about something like as serious as that. Okay. I was trying to be funny. Anyway, Patina is a poodle doll. She's a poodle. And she was made in 1966 in Japan by Hasbro. And she is so cute. She's just adorable. I love having her. And so what I do with Patina is I take photos of her and put them on Instagram and make up little silly stories and one-liners about her. And she helps me take my mind off of my chronic pain. She helps me just focus on something else for a few minutes, and then I can, edit her photos and put them up, and it just gives me something to do, okay? I don't have a lot going on in my life, and that's something that I can do. There's a lot of things I can't do, but there's some things I can do, and that's one of the things that I can do. I can go in my doll room, set up a little scene, and sometimes it takes me days to set up a scene, okay? It's not like I'm doing that every day. And then I take some little photos of her and some of her other doll friends, and yeah. Okay, and then over here, I have this curvy Barbie sitting on my desk because I was opening some mini fashion balls, and the shoes and stuff fit the curvy Barbie, so I had her in here in case I wanted to try the shoes on her. She is still wearing the boots from the first balls that I opened. And then I have Pee Wee Herman sitting there. He's always sitting there on my desk because he's so cute, and I can look at him and hear his laugh, and then I laugh, and just something to brighten my day and give me, a little giggle. A little giggle. So, I just wanted to say that so people, would see that and know. Let me go ahead and say this right off the bat. These are crochet hooks. These are rubber bands. And they are handled on a crochet hook. A lady named Tina Camper, that's her name on YouTube and maybe on Facebook, she made these. They're wonderful. I love them. We are talking with her, and she made these like 3 inches around because that fits my hand grip easily. That's what my finger is. And so that's what those are. Everybody wants to know what's those colorful things in the purple tote. And I can see on the video, I can see where you can't tell what it is. Like, you're like, what is that? I mean, I can look on my screen here and see that. And then, so everybody wants to know what those are. They're crochet hooks. Alright, so someone asked about nursing. I mentioned that I went to school to be a nurse. I didn't finish, okay? I was a dropout, okay? I couldn't handle it. I just couldn't. Nurses are special people. They are. Nurses are special people. And so I did not finish. They were asking me, like what ward or what unit I, liked the best. Well, I didn't finish, so I don't know. I didn't like none of it, okay? It wasn't my idea to go to nursing school. Someone else was forcing me to do that, and so I wasn't into it. Alright, so somebody asked... let me see if I can get these questions over where I can read them better, because they're in the dark over there. Okay. Oh, somebody asked my favorite flowers. Well, or they asked about what flowers I like. I'm not a flower girl. I never have been into flowers. But I would say I do like sunflowers And I do like daisies. That's pretty much the two flowers that I do like. I'm not into, like, you know, my husband buying me roses and stuff like that. That's just not me. Why waste your money on something that's going to die in 2 or 3 days at the most? And so, yeah, I'm just not a flower girl like that. I'm low maintenance. I'm low maintenance, except for when it comes to my dolls, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, so somebody asked about our favorite meals, and they were referring to when my kids were little and we, you know, grocery shop together, made grocery lists and meals and all that kind of stuff. Hold on, let me pick up my ink pen real quick, or somebody will sneak off with it. Ugh. Ugh. Like to die trying to get it. So somebody asked that, and we all had different favorite meals, and sometimes we cooked together. Sometimes Dakota would cook, sometimes Elijah would cook, sometimes Big Daddy would cook. I mean, we just all did different things, and we would try to cook a meal that we could all eat, but that didn't always work out because we all had different eating habits, requirements, or whatever. Elijah was limited on what he could eat. Dakota was vegetarian. Jody will eat a boot. You put a boot in the oven, pour a little water over it, and he would eat it. So he'll eat anything. And then me, I'm just picky. Well, it used to be, and now, you know, I have esophagus issues, and so, yeah, but back then I could eat, and I was just picky. So, yeah, we would try to make meals, or at least we would try to make meals where, you know, different side dishes or different parts of the meal, at least it was something for everybody there. Or if it was a dish that, you know, had a lot of meat, had any meat in it, if it had meat in it, we would try to cook the main part of it, and then Dakota gets some of it out before we added meat to it. So, you know, we just worked it to fit our family's lifestyle. Somebody asked, do we live close to water? Do we live close to water? Right now, as soon as I said that, I looked up, and my front yard looks like a lake, okay? Because of all the rain, it's just water. You can't even see land out there. Yes, there's a bayou that runs right behind our house. I mean, I can lay in my bed and look out the window and see the bayou. So we have a bayou running right behind our house. And on up the highway, just a short ways, is Bayou Lafourche. And so, it has been full. Bayou Lafourche has been full. And I don't know these things. Like, Big Daddy doesn't always tell me things, but Wednesday morning when we left out to go to Shreveport, he said, oh yeah, the water's gone down. And I'm like, what? What water? And the water was backed up in the WMA, like all the way up to our house, but it had went down. So they must have opened the locks and dams down in Columbia so the water could drain. But yeah, I didn't know that Bayou Lafourche was backing up into the WMA, Wildlife Management Area. But then when he said that and we left out, well, yeah, I could definitely see that water's been standing and all. So, but yes, we live near water. And they asked about eagles. Yes, we see eagles a lot. Big Daddy used to stop and take photos of them a lot, but he hasn't done that in a while. And so, and then they asked about alligators. Yes, one day he came home from work and there was an alligator right at the end of our driveway, and he did take a picture of it, and I do not know, it would take me a year to find that photo on my computer or whatever, so I wouldn't get this video out for a year if I went searching for that photo to add in. Alright, I made it back to my purple, so I'm just going to slip stitch over to my corner and start my next round. And I gotta turn this electric blanket off. I have an electric throw on my chair, and it is getting warm on my back and my backside. And then one morning, this was back when my kids were a little younger, and me and the kids were sharing a car. I took Dakota to work at like 4 a.m. I was going to come home. I've told this story before, I know. I was going to come home, jump in the bed, and get like a 2-hour sleep, and then get up and take Elijah to work. And on my way home from taking Dakota to work, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I took Dakota to work. I was coming back home, and on the way, I was up on the highway, and there was something in the road, and I don't have good vision, but I was just like, what is that? And I was kind of looking, and by the time I couldn't even tell what it was until I got right up on it. It was a big old alligator. So I swerved, and I just hit his tail, because if I had hit his whole body, ain't no telling what would happen to me. But I just hit his tail, and my car bounced. I know I bounced. And the alligator swung around in the road, like he was facing like this way, like this is his head. He was facing that way, and so I swerved this way and just got his tail, and he spun around like this. And so I turned around and come back and was shining my lights on him. I could, and then I just went around him and came back and went back around him. And as I come back, I could see where I hit his tail, but he was okay. It was just, like I had scuffed his tail up a little bit, but he was okay. But yeah, and so let me just tell you, my blood was pumping. I did not come home and go to bed. I couldn't have laid down and went to sleep for anything at that moment because my blood was pumping. I was just like adrenaline rush there. I just run over an alligator, okay? But on the way to our house, there is a swampy area with water, and lots of times in the summer, we see alligators, laying out there sunning, and that's on the highway just before our road. They'll just be out there laying, up on the bankside, sunning, or on a log or something, getting them some sun. And I name them. I always name them like it's the same alligator every time, I just act silly like that. Let's see. Okay, Tracy has moved to West Monroe. And Tracy, I saw your message where you said that you were sending me a letter. And I cannot wait to get that letter from you and connect with you. And let's meet up one day. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll be looking for that. So thank you. And I can't wait to hear your story and how you ended up here and what's going on. Let's see. I mentioned the crochet hooks already because I get asked that in every video. Somebody asked, what is my favorite animal to crochet? And I had to think about that. I had to think, what animal have I crocheted multiple times? A jellyfish, I guess. I've made many jellyfish. Now, that big old huge octopus I made, that was a fun project. It was, so I did like that. I don't know. I think a jellyfish is probably my favorite. It's kind of easy. Then you just do the legs, and then You are good to go. I don't have to turn off Phoebe's heater. I'm getting hot. And Phoebe's heater's on over here. She's not going to like me turning it off. But it's getting a little warm in here. There's a little heater right by her puppy bed. And she raises up there and gets her front legs up there by it and turns around and barks at me when she wants me to turn her heater on. So when she goes outside to potty and it's cool or wet or whatever, when she comes back in, she jumps up on the bench and gets in her puppy bed and gets up there at the heater and telling me to turn it on. And I say, "You're not the boss of me," as I push the buttons to turn it on. And so these animals totally boss me around, okay? And one of the questions on down further, somebody asked about Big Daddy and the cats. He loves these darn cats. He wishes that they would come in there with him and sit while he watches TV and let him just love on them. And sometimes Sassy will do that. I tell him, just take Sissy back there and just hold her and pet her and she'll get used to it. Just do it. But she don't stay very long when he does that with her. But he loves these cats. He talks about them. He tells our kids all about them. And the kids are looking at me like, "Where's my daddy?" This is not my daddy. Where's my daddy? But he does. He loves those cats. And he just tells stories about them to the kids. And yeah. Somebody asked, do I speak Spanish? No, because I didn't have enough sense to learn it. I wish that I had paid attention and learned from my dad. And I did take Spanish in high school, and I still didn't learn it. I just learned what I needed to learn at the moment to pass the test and went on. And then whenever I went to Mexico one year, I just kind of, I knew some basic words, like to ask to go to the bathroom or something to drink or, food. I knew basic words and I got by. But, I should have learned it. I could really kick myself for not learning and paying attention and all that. But, yeah. Yep. And, I already talked about patina. Somebody was asking me about patina. Okay, so they asked me, did I have more than one patina? My secret's out. I do have another patina that is completely bald. She does not have any hair whatsoever. She just has a scalp with a bunch of holes in it. I would love to root her with some yarn and make her, hair, but I don't know how. So what I do is just make her wigs, whether it be out of yarn or out of faux fur type stuff. And also she don't have any hair. She does not have a tail, and she has a cracked butt. Yeah, she has an extra crack in her butt, except it goes sideways instead of long ways. So, yes, I do have another patina. But when she's dressed and she has a wig on, you can't see all that, So, and I usually keep both patinas in my purse. I dress them, and take them to town with me. They're always in my purse, just about. And, would have them both dressed and then take photos of them. But I pretend it's just one patina. I mean, like I don't have multiple patinas that are friends or sisters or whatever. I thought about that, but then patina's just too special to be more than one of her. Although, I do have that other one that has issues. Has a crack in her butt the wrong way. And Patina received a package in the mail, and a Valentine package, and I'm going to do a video on it because it is just too cute and just so lovely. So I'm going to do that. And several people have asked me about sending Patina something. And I kind of feel weird about saying this or that, you know, but that's perfectly fine. Patina likes to get mail. She likes new things. And so, several people have asked me about it. And at first I was just like, well, I mean, I don't expect anybody to send anything. By no means. I would never, never, never expect or request or anything like that. But several people have asked, and so I was telling Big Daddy, and he's like, well, what was it hurt? People send you stuff anyway. What would it hurt if they sent something for Patina? And I was like, well, you're right. And so actually, I did make her a little Amazon wish list. I haven't added it in the video yet or nothing, but I just did that yesterday evening, so I might link that in my videos. I don't know yet, but yeah, people have asked, and it wouldn't hurt anything. I don't want to be like, no, you can't send her anything. It would be fun to get stuff for her, okay? I'm not saying that anybody should do that, but several people have asked, and so just to keep from having to go back, you know, say that or whatever, it'll just be out there in case that's what someone wants to do. Now, I feel really weird saying that, like that was all awkward to say, and now I just feel awkward, okay? Okay, so somebody asked if I watch Blue Bloods with Tom Selleck. You know, I have tried many times. I don't know why I can't get into that show, but I tried probably about 4 or 5 times, and I just cannot get into it. And I love Tom Selleck, and I don't know what it is. I think it's just not fast enough pace for me. It's too slow. Something, I just can't get into it. Now, I was the same way with Yellowstone. I tried to watch Yellowstone a couple of times and just could not get into it. I was just like, everybody loves this show. Why don't I? And then finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to just watch about 3 episodes before I stop. And I did, and then I was hooked, okay? So, I don't know why I can't get into Blue Bloods. I have watched numerous episodes, and I just can't get into it. Sometimes it's like that, you know? Sometimes I can't find anything that I can get into to watch. So I just watch YouTubes. And then I'll, you know, eventually go back after I've watched and caught up on all the YouTube channels. Then I can go back and find something just to watch. But and speaking of alligators, somebody said that I did not answer their question about alligator wrestling. I have not seen this question, so I wouldn't know anything about it, except you said I didn't answer your question. I looked back and I don't see the alligator wrestling question, and I don't know what it is, but I can guarantee you I've never wrestled an alligator, and I never plan on it. Alligators can move fast. Like, you might think they're slow go, but no, alligators are fast. There's no way I could outrun one. Most people could not, because they are really fast. Somebody asked how my skin is doing on my feeding tube. It is a horrible mess. And I just doctor it, you know, clean it, showers, take the shower head and spray it real good, and then doctor it up and put on a barrier cream. I put antibiotic on it, put a yeast medication on it, a barrier cream on it. I mean, I'm just continuously doctoring it and changing the gauze and stuff around it, the split gauze. I keep a 4x4 split gauze on it because it drains a lot. And then I used one of those crochet tubey pads. Tammy had made me a whole bunch of them. And so I just have those in the bathroom in my drawer of medical supplies, and I keep that on there. And that keeps the bumper from like digging into my skin. But sometimes I'll just leave it, you know, I'll try to leave it after I shower. I just try to let air get to it for a little while. And then, you know, I put some antibiotic cream on it, and then I let that sit for a minute, and then I'll add some yeast cream, because sometimes it does get yeast around it, and then I'll put a barrier. I mean, that right there is a job in itself. Okay, just tending to that feeding tube stoma and the feeding tube itself is just, that's a job in itself. Sometimes it is very, very painful. It was so bloody the other night that it was a mess. I mean, Big Day's like, where's all the blood coming from? I'm like, it's my skin. So yeah, it's a mess. And then once in a while it clears up and it is just pretty as you please and beautiful, and but then, you know, the next day it could be a mess again. Oh, let's see. Somebody asked what is my favorite blanket that I have crocheted, and I'm going to say the mandala that I followed along with Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. I think that's my favorite blanket that I've made. I'm pretty sure. I've made 2.5 of those. Maybe 2 1/3. Yeah, 2 1/10 maybe. I don't know. I've crocheted 2 full ones and partial of another. But that is my favorite blanket. And why? Because every row is a different stitch. And it was just fun, you know, choosing different colors and different stitches and stuff. I had a lot of fun with it. It was exciting. Somebody asked about YouTubers that I watch. I watch so many YouTubers. I don't even know how many is on my favorites list, but I tell you what, I'm not going to like mention a whole bunch because I would forget somebody and then I would feel really bad. But I'm going to tell you who I don't ever miss, and that is Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches. I watch her videos, okay? Jennifer, I do consider Jennifer, you know, a good friend. Not that we talk a lot or anything like that. We're more like, if we got something to say, we can say it, and then we don't have to say anything else until we got something else to say. She's busy. She's got kids. You know, I'm busy. I got dolls. But, you know, that's life. That's life. And I like a friend like that, you know, that they're not holding you like, well, you didn't call me back, or you didn't do this, you didn't text me, or, you know. I like a friend where I can just pick up, you know, like I can disappear for days and then just pop up out of the blue. No stress, no stress. Let's see. Oh, somebody asked, where do I get ideas? And somebody asked about crochet ideas. Somebody asked about crochet ideas and photo ideas that I do on Instagram. Well, I try my best not to get ideas from other people. Just because I don't want to copy anybody. And so I'm kind of careful about that. And even if I'm thinking of something and then I see somebody else did something very similar, I will wait a good while before I do that thing, or I may not even do it at all. Because I just don't want anybody to ever feel like, you know, I was copying them or anything like that. So I'm just careful about that. Kind of weird about it. Inspiration, I don't know. I just have a lot of ideas running through my head. And sometimes, like I'll think of a photo that I want to do, and it may take me 3 weeks to be able to do that photo. I'll think about it. I'll think about what props I have or what can I do. And then I'll slowly start putting a little scene together or something like that. And eventually I'll take a photo, maybe, or maybe not. You never know. So I don't know. I just have a lot running through my head. My head's busy. Oh my gosh, someone said they have chronic shingles. My heart goes out to you, and I am saying a prayer for your pain daily now. That is horrible. I know shingles are painful. Like, I've never had shingles, but I know that they are painful. And she is saying she has chronic shingles, and she's had shingles for like 30 years. And I think she said that it'll kind of go away towards the end of the month and come back by the beginning of the month. So, bless your heart. I cannot even imagine. I just really can't even imagine that. That's horrible. Somebody asked if I ever fell asleep in my computer chair. All the time. I fall asleep in this chair, and then I wake up hurting, miserable. I don't know. It's not fun to wake up when you've been sitting in a computer chair. And sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm crocheting, and I'm just like, just falling asleep. I mean, you couldn't see my head head bobbing right then, but I'll just, I'm falling asleep. I'm dropping my crochet hook, and then I'm like, what am I doing? Go to bed. And so I'll just get up and go to bed if it's a time that I can do that I don't have something else I'm supposed to be doing or fixing to do. But yeah, I fall asleep in here all the time. And sometimes at night, if I've stayed up most of the night and it's about time for Big Daddy to get up, I'll just sit in here, and because I don't want to go get in the bed and disturb him and wake him up and take a chance of him not being able to go back to sleep when he could have slept, that last hour or so. So I might just sit here in my computer chair and doze. So, and someone asks, what perfume do I wear? I don't. I just go around stinking all the time. No, I don't wear perfume. And I haven't had asthma issues in a good while because I do take so much prednisone. My asthma has been good. But before that, perfume really bothered my asthma. And so I just never worn perfume. I'm not in the habit. That's not, something that I'm in the habit of doing, just because it upset my asthma, my breathing, and yeah. But I haven't had any asthma issues in a while, probably because I do take large amounts of prednisone. Let me see. So somebody was asking about my doll room. Let me see. They asked, was it dusty? I keep that room door closed, and it's a lock on the outside, so I keep that closed, so it's not really dusty in there, but it is a jumbled up mess. I was doing some Valentine photos of Patina, and let me just tell you, I tore that room up looking for all the little bits and bobs and pieces to make scenes, and yeah, I have a mess in there. I have boxes stacked up on the tables everywhere. I've got stuff poured out everywhere. It's a total mess in there. I've got to get in there and clean that room up. Like, I'll probably have to wait till Monday when Big Daddy's at work and just go and pull out. Just start bringing stuff out and setting in the den on his couch and his desk and all that, and just set stuff there, and to make room to get in there to like start cleaning and organizing, and then bring my stuff back in and put it where it belongs instead of just out. I do have some plans coming up for my doll room and Patina. Like, I have some plans for her, and I was talking to Big Daddy about it, and you should just hear our conversation. If only you could hear our conversation about her. But anyway, I have some plans and some things that I want to do with her. I just got to get it going, okay? and I'm looking forward to that. But I need to get my doll room cleaned up and set up, and just some things organized a little better to make it easier on myself. I need to go to Walmart and get some plastic drawers to organize some stuff. I looked online to see what they had available at my store, and I did see some, that would help me, but I just hadn't. When we went to Walmart, plastic drawers wasn't on the top of the list. We had to get a jack for the car and a tire tool for the lug nuts and all that kind of stuff. And so I didn't get. We had other stuff that we had to get first. But eventually I'll get some plastic drawers and organize Patina's stuff in there better. I'll get it worked out. It's just taking me a little bit of time. Like, I have ideas. It just takes me more time than other people to implement them, because I have to do things when my body allows me to do it. So, yeah. Let's see, what else? Somebody asked about if I watched the Coal Miner's Daughter movie. Yes, I did. I love anything about Loretta Lynn. So yes, I've watched that before. It's great. And then somebody asked about Ollie's. They was wanting to know, what is Ollie's? They don't have that store. Okay, if you have a Big Lots, Ollie's is pretty much like Big Lots. And I'm trying to think of other stores it might be like. Maybe TJ Maxx and Ross. If those are stores that get things from other stores and sell them. That's the way Ollie's is. They, I guess, get shipments in from other stores, and then they sell them there in their store. And so it's, I think their little slogan is good stuff, cheap, or something like that. The little Ollie's man. But yeah, they have like tons of books, and they have great prices on the books. For Christmas, I did get my kids' books from there. Because they have books like $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. You just never know. They have different ones every time you go. And when you go there and you see something you want, you have to get it then, because you go back the next week, they most likely will not have it. I was watching a squirrel right out here on my patio table. He's like, trying to look in the window. And we do throw corn out, deer corn out for the squirrels and birds and such. He's probably thinking, hey, lady, bring some more of that corn out here. But we threw them some out yesterday, so they've had plenty out there. There's 2 squirrels that just run around crazy, running, chasing each other all over the place. I sit here and watch them play chase. But anyway, Ollie's is, they have like books. There's some stationery, school supplies stuff, but not a whole big section of that, at least not at my store. They have curtains and bedspreads and sheets and some food items, and we do get food items from there. Big Daddy will get cereal and some chips and stuff. There's this one pineapple habanero honey, I don't know, some kind of chips he likes from there. So he likes to swing by there and get some of those when they have them. They sometimes run out and he's sad. And I tried one and it was nasty, okay? I was like, ugh. I mean, I just put it in my mouth to get the taste of it, and I had to go spit it out. It was nasty. Let's see. What else should they have? They have like shampoos, lots of health and beauty aid type things. They have dog toys, dog supplies. I don't know if they have dog food, but they have dog supplies and stuff like that. and I guess cats too. They have rugs, stacks and stacks and stacks of rugs, but their prices are like, and they have some kind of appliances and things. They have a little toy section, and their prices are pretty good. Like in the summertime, they'll have like pots for plants. If you have plants, you need pots for them. That's the place to go. But anyway, we stop by there. Mainly we go so Big Daddy can get his chips. That's why we go to Ollie's. But he likes to go to Ollie's, and he likes to go to the Ollie's in Shreveport also. So that's what we do. You never know what you're going to find, but you can count on it being at a great price. And let's see, I think that's all the questions that I had. And I'm so sorry if I am skipping some, like I didn't get the alligator wrestling one. And it just dawned on me while I was saying that. Sometimes YouTube puts comments in a spam folder, and I haven't checked that folder in a long time. So I probably should check the spam folder. If I think about it, I will do that. But, yeah, sometimes, it's just hard to get all the questions, and then there's questions like, well, that's not really my place to answer that, or, it's just something I'd rather not talk about, or something like that, So I do skip a few things, but not many. I'm pretty much an open book about myself, but if the question's about other people, I might just skip it because, I don't know. I tell a lot of things about other people, but some things I think I need permission to say that or something. That's weird. That'd be weird. And Big Daddy's got me making a blanket last night. He's telling me the girl that, actually the lady who found him when he was laid out on his office floor back, I guess it was in October. She's got a grandbaby coming up, and so he wanted me to make a blanket. So I started this little granny square blanket with this Bernat baby blanket here. I got from Walmart clearance, $2. I have 3 skeins of this, so I don't know if it will be big enough, honestly. And it don't feel drapey enough to me. So I'm not happy with it. I think I'm using a 9mm hook. It calls for an 8, and I always go up. So I had a 9 that was very handy, and so I grabbed that 9 and started using it. But now I'm thinking I should be using something bigger. Because I don't like that it's not drapey enough. It's just, and it might as it got bigger, but I don't know. I don't really like it. I'm not happy with it. And plus by the time the baby's born, it's going to be getting closer to spring. And so then they got this big old thick blanket. So I'm not sure. I don't know. But Big Daddy liked the colors of that yarn, and so I'm going to see about it. Gonna see. Guys, I know you're probably wondering about my finger. I don't know if y'all can see how red that is around it. Let me just see if I can show y'all if you can see that finger. That's my middle finger there, how red and angry and inflamed it looks. And on the back side, it's a purpley tint. It is painful, very painful at times. At times it eases up and it's not quite so painful. But then times it is just throbbing. So I just really don't know. I do ask you to pray for it. I am taking, the extra medications to try to, you know, save that finger. I may go in and see about getting some Botox. We did Botox for the last finger, and each time it felt like the Botox was helping, but then it only helped for just a short period, and then it was, you know, back to doing the same thing. So I don't know. I just don't know, but it's one angry finger right there. And I am definitely completely worried about it, you know, praying about it, but I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I appreciate your prayers over it. And I know there's a chance I could lose that finger. I know it. And so I don't know what life will be like, but if I did, I'm trying not to like focus on that and think about it too much, but then how do you not, when the finger's sitting there throbbing, how do you not think about it? So I use Patina to try to help me not think about my throbbing finger. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm still pushing forward. I'm still going to carry on and do what I can do. Like, I'm not going to lay down and die. I'm going to pull my big girl panties up and adjust, you know, adjust to any changes that may come my way. Hopefully no changes come my way, but if they shall, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out and do what I need to do. And I am using that finger, you know, I mean, I want to keep it active and try to use it as much as possible, just not putting a lot of pressure on this area or this area, you know, trying to just like use mainly this part down, because it is, you know, a lot of pain. I don't want to aggravate it and make it more painful, but yet I don't want to just leave it dormant and it turn black, you know. So I am trying to use it and get blood to flow through it. That's the thing. It needs blood flowing through it. And so the vasodilators, the Viagra that I take, is supposed to help with that. And so we'll see. We shall see. But I appreciate you all so much for hanging out with me. I got a good bit done on my blanket. I hope you got something done on your project or whatever you're working on. Yeah, so I will see you all again in the next video. I know some of you guys probably caught that video of me opening those blind balls this morning. That's what these are right here. Those are so much fun. And I do have some more stuff like that to open. And so I'm going to do videos on them. I'm going to. And that may not be videos for everybody, but whoever likes it can watch it. And whoever, you know, thinks that's the stupidest thing in the world doesn't have to watch it. It's okay if you think it's stupid. But I do enjoy things like that. And actually, my Christmas presents were this. I have some of these balls in there that my kids gave me for Christmas. I have a mini fashion closet that Big Daddy got me for Christmas that I have not even opened. I finally unwrapped the wrapping paper off of it. I just haven't opened the box. And then I have a mini verse. It's kind of like these balls. They have these balls that are mini verse where you make food with resin. And so there's a little kitchen that you get to, in the oven is a black light in it. So you get that to put it in to cook it. And so Big Daddy got me that. And then he also got me one more thing that I actually have not taken the wrapping paper off, but I know what it is. It's a big long tray carrying case back. I'm gonna use it as a backdrop thing for Patina and her little stuff that she has coming up. And so I haven't even unwrapped the Christmas paper off of it, but I do know what it is because it's long and I punched a hole in it, and I can see what it is. Anyway, I think I'm going to do unboxings of those on my channel. And like I said, that's not for everybody, and that's okay. It'll be perfectly fine if you want to skip a video. But some people do like that, and some people don't. But I just love opening those things. They're so much fun. And like I said, my kids got me some balls, and Big Daddy got me some balls. And so I have some of those to open. And some of them are the mini-verse ones where you actually have to use the resin and put the food together and cook under the black light. And some of them are just you open it and see what the surprise is, and you know, that's it. But yeah, lots of fun. And it's things that Patina can put in her house. Patina has a house. If you've probably seen that on Instagram photos, if you're on there. But Patina has her own house, and so I'm always looking for little things to like decorate her house, and I change it out for different little scenes and things. But she is one pampered poodle. Her name is Patina the Pampered Poodle. And trust me, she's one pampered poodle. And even when we are like at a thrift store or somewhere like that, and Big Daddy will see something and he'll be like, hey, can you use this for Patina? And so, I mean, like, she's part of the family, guys, okay? She is part of the family. And so we are, you know, I'm always looking for little things to add to her house, little decorations, trinkets. I love trinkets. And so I just like little things that I can, you know, put in her house or whatever, decorate with, make up little stories and photos and stuff with her. So yeah, I talked about Patina a lot in this video. I think she's coming more real. I want to be a real girl. Anyway. Oh, I'm just being silly. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you all get going because I have just rambled and rambled. Remember, on the 14th, we are going to have a Valentine party. So go ahead and be thinking about what, you know, you want to have on hand to drink or snack on. You know, safe snacks for you according to your diet or whatever. And we're going to have a little Valentine party that day. But I will see you all in the next video for sure. Love you guys. Remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet. Bye, friends.